This is the true story of one family who sold their house, packed up their life, and decided to live nowhere on purpose.
What absolute abnormal people would even conceive of something this ridiculous?
2 kids, 2 parents, 6 months, no fixed address.
There are some people who are like, oh, that's so nice for you. And probably secretly in their head going, what the fuck? Find out what happens when you stop watching the travel influencers who make it all look perfect and start living their nomadic life with kids. For real.
Did we name this podcast?
We called it Trips and Giggles.
Oh, that's right, because I was going to say welcome back to Trips and Giggles. Go. Isn't this the part where you do the TV thing, where you hold up your hand?
Yeah.
And you go, the number 3, then you don't say anything for 2, and then 1. And like Wayne's World, you like take the hand, the finger, and you just swing it on someone's face.
Except it's an audio podcast, so that really wouldn't work, except just for us.
Well, that's the point, though.
Oh, yeah.
This is Dr. Byer. I'd like to help you with today's situation.
Hey, listen, intellect doesn't always mean common sense. You know what I'm saying?
I'm messing around, Mike. It's fine. Welcome back. Did we name this podcast?
We called it Trips and Giggles.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
but I'm not exactly sure that I'm like unsold on that title.
Okay, because I was going to say welcome back to Trips and Giggles.
Yeah.
I should preface this by saying I don't remember what we talked about last time. I think that's the life.
I think it was mostly maggots.
Yeah, having young kids and being here on this like adventure. I feel like even if we weren't doing this regularly, my slate gets wiped.
Yeah.
It's like, has this happened to you? Like you'll talk to somebody like one of your, contractors or like work thing, like people you don't know where to talk to, and they're like, oh, what'd you do this weekend? And you're like, I have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? We probably did so much. We probably walked like 8 miles, went to a resort, got rained on, had maggots attack. Like all those things happened. You're like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're back, and today we're going to go a little deeper into Mexico. We kind of gave a pretty large, long overview last time, which mostly was
revolved around maggots.
In our Airbnb, just having a bunch of shit go wrong.
Yeah.
Which again, should also say they're still very responsive. And I actually went over today to the other Airbnb that the person owns and usurped their blender because we didn't have one because I wanted to make salsa. But we
with their permission.
Well, yeah. Oh, I didn't just break into the house. Yeah, you're right. I have a crowbar I bring on trips like this because you never know.
Well, I'm just saying. I just wanted to mention that. Yes, they've been very kind and responsive.
I'm so glad that you act as like the legal team on this podcast. Like I'd be so concerned that I'd be doing things that were like, I shouldn't be doing.
They don't. You never know, right? It's like, I really need that blender. I saw it through the window.
Oh my! I was like, they better not stock something in their other house. They're not stocking in our house.
Exactly.
I'm taking this. There's a microwave in there too. Should I go back for it?
Yeah, I mean, I would. It's been a little challenging reheating leftovers.
Well, I was just like, I was pretty clear with the person I wrote them. I was like, hey, I'd like the blender. I want the blender, okay?
Yeah.
Also, I have to say, I didn't show you this. In the text message back and forth, I'm going to pull this up as we speak. It was actually pretty funny because I was like, well, I don't want to say I'm coming to get the blender in the other house. So I'm just like, is there a blender in the house? Looking to make salsa, and I couldn't find one. Hello, scared ghost emoji. I think we don't have any, but if you want to go to this place and get the one there, you can. And I said, is that the other place we stayed? And then the right back was, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that now. I'm in my children's birthday's party.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you to go get the blender.
No.
I just said...
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm really glad that you're in communication with her now because I think that my social anxiety and my anxiety about like pissing other people off would have just caused me to go into a cave and...
You wouldn't have had that conversation with her, is what you're saying.
Oh,
like,
no.
Well, I really wanted the blender, though. Like, I'm really getting into making salsas, which we'll talk about later, a different episode. But anyway, I just really wanted the blender. And, like, I think my social anxiety stops when I really want something.
Yeah.
You know? It's like what is the anxiety versus reward situation, you know? So,
like, again, like, I mean, I just keep thinking, is she going to write a terrible review about me on Airbnb and I'll never be able to get an Airbnb again? Is
that a realistic and reasonable thought process?
Me as a psychologist. Megan, what is the evidence for and against that thought?
I'm concerned about, like, your professional career in this podcast. Like, we may need to edit that out. Or it just makes it real, right? It's
real.
Just because you're a professional doesn't mean you're not also a client.
Right. I mean, what I say in the therapy room is different than how I live my life. Although I do try to use the things that I teach other people, but sometimes, those unwanted thoughts kind of creep in.
A lot of therapists I've met seem to be like some of the most anxious people I've ever known.
Well, you go into therapy for a reason.
Oh, man. Let's talk about therapists another day. Okay.
Oh, my God.
I think we touched on this last time. I'm pretty sure we did. But so for the three listeners, I'm sorry if this is a repeat, but we have to, like, talk a little bit more about this, which is when we were in Portugal, we went during the rainy season.
Yes, we did.
And we lived in Seattle for 3 years, and people back home who never lived there, we were in the East Coast, were always like, yeah, do you enjoy the rain? Like, someone literally bought me umbrellas as, like, my going away gift,
Yeah.
Enjoy the rain. Meanwhile, we love Seattle, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful experience. The rain was really
pretty mild.
Mist,
yeah.
A dampness to the
like
season.
Nobody wore any kind of
People
raincoat.
didn't have umbrellas.
No.
They're just like, F it. They didn't care, right?
Yeah.
But when we went to Portugal, rainy season meant, like, downpours. Like, significant
wasn't
downpours.
it, like, the most rainy season for, like, on record for
in like a century or something like that.
Yeah.
It was insane, right? It was like 224 inches in like 88 or something, which we hit. But we then were like, oh, we're cool. We're fine with being damp all the time and having multiple pairs of shoes that never dried out because the humidity was so high, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was the other part of it. Is like shit wouldn't dry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The dryer didn't
we,
work.
only halfway through decided to start using the dehumidifier in the house, too.
Which I was dumping out, I'd say,
Gallons
2 gallons
of
of water every 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, we might as well have, like, made the place a pool and just swam back and forth to the kitchen, the bathroom.
I know, we were trying to dry clothes because there was no dryer, and it was just...
Smelled. We should come back to that. That's a good thing to
Yeah.
talk about. Okay, let's move forward. So, we decided to go to San Miguel during rainy season.
Well, I did not know it was rainy season, but sure.
I thought you did. I thought you were like,
I knew it. I knew.
What we're going to change our trip and not sell the house and go?
No. We were. I knew that it was not high season. Like, this is not the season where the most tourists come.
Okay.
Because I heard from my cousin who lives here, it's low season, quote unquote.
AKA rainy season.
But I didn't realize that equated to rainy season.
Okay. I thought you said to me, and again, my memory is shit.
I mean, it's possible.
That you were like, hey, it's rainy season. Well, I was like, fine. Because I was literally looking for vests and shit. I knew I didn't bring a rain jacket, and I said I was going to buy one when we get here.
I do think I remember saying something like, oh, I heard that there's like a light rain most afternoons.
Light rain?
It's not, aka massive thunderstorms every afternoon and evening.
These are thunderstorms. Like, we're talking about
with
severe lightning. Like, we're out to dinner the one night with our friends, and we're looking at the hills watching bolts of lightning, like, across in the mountains. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and like large claps of thunder.
These things come fast. And the weather, like the radar, it tells you nothing. It tells you nothing. It's like, oh, chance of rain every day. So, which was like similar to Portugal. It was like, if there's a 5% chance of rain, you're going to get nailed at some point.
Yeah.
And so, like, we bought an umbrella during one of the downpours. We were rained on like a week into it. And so now it's like we just huddle around this little umbrella, or we just hide inside, right?
Yeah.
But I think for me, like, I think I said this last time. I'm just trying to, like, it's like, I tried to hang dry clothes again in another country. And it's
keep
just
getting rained
poured on every 5 minutes. And then the second problem being, which we said, is our laundry room is outside. And
I don't know how it does not ruin the washer and dryer. I probably said this before. How does an electronic piece of equipment get rained on?
And I'm just like, okay, so then I stopped. So after the clothes got soaked 3 days in a row, just left them on the hanger soaking, and I put them in the shower to dry for 3 days. Now I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop hanging shit up. Cool. You still can't, it's the third story, okay? I don't have shoes, I don't have an umbrella, and if you walk on the tiles and you step on it, water seeps out from underneath the tiles. And so it's like even when the flood stops, the flood keeps going.
Yeah.
I also saw a giant spider out there the other day.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm glad you didn't tell me.
And it was like,
Meanwhile, our daughter is like trying to use YouTube videos to make paper boats because there are these like grooves in the side of the road.
Like channels.
Right, they're like channels.
Gutter is like incorrect. I'm talking about like a 4-inch wide, 4-inch deep like channel.
Right, if you stepped off the sidewalk and you weren't paying attention, you would break your ankle because it's like you'd be stepping into a channel. Anyway, she's like, oh, if it rains, I want to carry around this paper boat and try and float it down the gutter/channel.
Meanwhile,
which, was a very creative idea, actually.
It was creative, and we tried to make paper boats, even though our sister destroyed it the other day.
Yeah, she did rip it apart.
Destructor took it down. But yes, I mean, the level of rain, and so when you see the rain, it comes quick, it's flash floods, and then it just covers the roads.
Yeah.
I mean, looks like a river coming down these roads, because we're on the side of a mountain.
Yes.
And so then like that giant grate, there's like a giant grate that's like a block from us. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's probably maybe 12 feet across, maybe 6 feet long, and it's like covers the roadway to just get all this water into a sewer point.
Yeah, I was walking to Greek and Coffee, which is a cool place to take your kids. I think I mentioned it before. If you come here.
They said Geek and Coffee.
Geek and Coffee.
Okay, Greek and Coffee is totally different.
Not Greek and Coffee.
It's big fat Greek and Coffee?
Geek and Coffee. It's late at night.
Yeah, we're losing it, dude. We're doing that.
I looked, the first week we were here, we walk over this little bridge to get there. Yeah. It's like dry as a bone, right? I'm looking there now. It's like a full-on rushing river, like white water rapids.
I saw a guy in a kayak with a helmet the other day running down Hidalgo Street.
I mean, I'd be a little scared if you got caught in it. You'd be washed away.
I just think that would be the end of it. I think that's how it decreases the surplus population.
You'd definitely be.
Sucks them down. Can we go on a slight tangent here that I thought of that wasn't on our list?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, we're adapting to the rain situation. Yeah. I think it's just part of the culture that or this part of the year you have to deal with. It's to say it's level of inconvenience, because we actually like rain. The kids love rain. But this is like, don't go outside, you get struck by lightning rain. Okay, so last time we talked about this like maggot infestation and this whole situation with the trash, right?
Yeah.
So since that happened, okay, so I'm talking to you. So, so since that happened, you've been like freaking out about taking the trash out.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
I'm like taking any dirty diaper and I'm like putting it in an airtight Ziploc bag.
She's double bagging it.
Because I don't want it.
And then she's taking it out to the trash. But that's what's interesting. Okay, so the dumpsters are about a block away.
Yeah.
And weirdly, I feel like we were dissuaded from doing this initially, right?
Yes.
Like it's hard to find, which is not hard to find. It's literally right around the corner.
Yeah.
The part that threw you off, though, was like every time we go to the trash, there are people
in the dumpsters. Yes,
they're
in the dumpsters.
Okay, so let's go back. This is something about this where
I don't. Do they work there?
I was going to ask you that question. I go.
Yeah.
What is happening here? Is this private contracting? Is this working? Is this the city of San Miguel? What's happening here? Why are they in the trash? And what are they doing?
So my understanding, the first time I saw it, there was definitely a guy and he had a tool where he was using it to scrape through the dumpster.
Okay.
Like a wooden
that was
tool.
Like a personal thing. Like
I thought it was.
They needed something. They needed food.
I was thinking like they're going through the trash and they're collecting, like recyclables.
Okay.
And they're putting them together and they're gonna take them somewhere and get cash for it. That's what was in my head.
Back in the day, collecting cans and bottles, like the returnables in New York and Virginia, you used to get 5 cents a bottle or a can. Remember that?
Yes, yes. But we went today. I think maybe that they work there.
Okay, that was a team. They were literally wrapping, like they had cardboard wrapped beautifully. They were separating cans. Okay, let me go backwards. there's no recycling here.
No.
At least not in our place and not in places I've seen. Like, they don't give you a canister, they don't tell you to do it. But the people we saw working, who were working their asses off and like took
They're
our
like
bags.
in a dumpster, like standing in the trash.
They're ripping open these bags that people put everything into, and they're separating all the recycling.
Yeah.
So,
which seems very inefficient if that's what's happening, if they like are working for San Miguel.
Yeah, and again, I'm not, this should be really careful. I'm not saying that there's a better system in the U.S. I'm not saying that, right?
Yeah, because there's lots of places we've been to that don't even recycle.
This is where I jump in and say this is where Baltimore City's lied to people since 2013, when the county said that they are actually taking glass and recycling it, but they've just been lying to people.
Yeah.
They've been throwing glass in the trash for 12 years now because they can't afford to recycle the glass, but you just go through the motions and they make you think you're recycling,
Right.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Or it's like North Carolina and some places where there's just no recycling at the beach.
Right.
The township wouldn't pay for the transport for the recycling, which is not cool either. Anyway, the point is like, I'm not understanding what's happening, because they were working their butts off on a Sunday, separating things out of trash bags that people dumped in. And you know our trash bags? They're like covered in diapers, they have food,
it's
and
unpleasant.
you're like pulling like cans out with baby shit?
Yeah.
Like,
I
that
mean,
seems
that's
really
unpleasant.
inefficient. Like, I'd happily bring a
Has
canister.
separated things out. I actually thought about that.
Maybe we
The
should
first
just
time
do
I
that.
saw them,
Let's just do that.
I was like, maybe I should just separate things out so that when I bring it, they don't have to go through our trash.
Let's just do that. Why don't we just split a bag and just keep it separate and like use the lighter bags? Because I did that outside.
Yeah.
The people, again, the three listeners here. I'm
Like, why the hell are we talking
I'm so
about
glad you two could do a couples brainstorming session on how you're going to recycle on a non-recyclable. Do you think we should talk about finances next and budgeting, or maybe like being more efficient as parents? Like, what else could we do here?
That was the biggest.
Oh, God, I hope you caught that. It's going on the intro. That'll be the show. Trips and Giggles.
Oh my God!
No,
Yeah.
I'm just like wondering if this is turning into like a real journal article where we actually talk about.
Well, listen,
like,
I don't.
Like,
I also want to be cognizant that we are looking at this through our cultural lens, and
but I said that too. I was like, I don't want to say this is better. It's like these are just like our culture shock. I am sure if anyone here came in to like where we lived, they would have so many what the F moments.
Yes.
They'd be like, why do you do this?
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, clearly there's a lot here which is like people aren't driving. Like they're using a public transportation system which is very good.
Yeah.
Is constantly moving, right? And then walking to markets everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a market on every corner. I know we're not talking about that today, but like we can get into that a little bit later. Okay, where are we?
So I will say we were talking about the rain, and then we went on the trash tangent. I just will say, like, we found out about a week ago that we were sitting at this really cool little cafe that now we've been back to twice, and ended up talking to this couple next to us who had just moved here from New Jersey. And they happened to mention to us that there was a pride parade, right? And
shout out to this place. Wasn't it, like, I should know the name of it. It's like Kefir, I think it is, or something like that.
Kefir.
I mean, it's so good.
It's really
good. It's incredible. Yes. The service is incredible. Their cinnamon bun was out of control.
Oh,
Tomato soup and cheese-filled croissant was killer. And I had a flat white today, which was top 10.
I still think that my cappuccino at the other place is better.
Agreed.
But it's
the
so
flat
good.
White was super good. I have like 3 separate places now that I like different drinks at.
So we're like, awesome. We're going to go to the pride parade.
Yeah.
And we have friends here who we also mentioned it to, and they wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And I will say the rain almost did us in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good end of this rain conversation, a good transition point. Yeah, oh my God. So the plan here, right, was that you all were going to actually walk the parade route, right? Go to Parque Juarez and follow this route where they're doing the Pride Parade all the way into the center of town, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
The square.
Which should have only probably taken maybe 10 to 15 minutes if you were walking normal speed.
Yeah.
Like parade speed,
slow.
30, 40 minutes.
I don't know. I was thinking it would take like an hour. That was my thought process. So why did I get caught up? What happened? I came late. Was I working?
Probably.
Okay. I was working, so I came like half an hour late. But you were going to do it, but you were like, hey, just meet us in the square.
We came late. We left late. So I thought we weren't going to make it for the parade to leave.
That's right.
And then our friends were like, hey, why don't we meet up along the parade route? We're going to stop at this restaurant, and then we're going to, like, watch the parade go by, and then we can, like, jump in if we want to.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, there's no way we're going to make it to the parade by the time they leave Park Juarez, because we weren't going to do it. But actually, we probably would have.
You would have made it easily.
Easily. I mean, we were waiting for like 2 hours.
It was 2 hours. The parade didn't show up until about 6:15, and it started at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
And so initially it was okay, right? Our friends had this really nice spot in the corner.
Yeah.
They were inundated by bees while they were sitting there.
Yeah, they're like, bees are definitely a thing here.
Literally saw them crawl into their beer glass, and they turned it sideways to let the bee come out.
Yeah.
But as our daughter says, they're nice bees.
They are nice bees.
So it's okay. They are very nice.
Yeah, there's been no stings that I've seen so far.
I think it's because the bees in the U.S. are just angry about the current
Well, remember in
situation.
Portugal, they said that the bees were like, they were aggressive.
Yeah, they had aggressive bees. Like here, there's aggressive maggots, but really kind bees.
The kind bees.
You know what I mean? They're just more loving.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, that's why there's so many flowers here.
Oh, that's a good point.
But what I heard was, when we were waiting, there was somebody who came and they were soaking wet. Okay, like just drenched.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else on the side was like, were you part of the parade?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yes. We got caught up. There was a flood in one of the streets, and the whole parade got, like, washed out, essentially. And then
only half the size.
I don't know.
They called it half pride.
I don't know what happened, but they said, because I was trying to listen in. I only heard part of the conversation. They said they got washed out and kind of like stopped for a while because they couldn't. There was like so much.
Out. What does that mean? Do you think in like in 20 years people look back and be like, you remember that parade at 25 where we lost 50% of the tribe folks?
Just
the rainbow was broken.
People in rainbow outfits just rolling down the street.
We lost the G-bib and kept the
being
Roy.
washed away.
Rolling down the streets, all their beautiful garb and shoes and golden shimmering. You know how much glitter was lost in that situation?
Oh my God.
That's a lot of lost glitter.
You know what? There was a lot of people who stuck with it. So anyway, it was really fun once it finally arrived.
Yeah, so like we were waiting in the rain, and like of course like our 2-year-old was like she loved it. She wanted to stay in the rain the whole time.
Stomping through every puddle.
Our oldest and our friend's oldest were like stomping through the puddles. I mean, they were
dancing in the rain.
They were dancing.
They were soaked.
Yeah, she was so happy.
Yeah,
like,
she
was
loved
dancing.
it.
They were taking leaves and like sending them down, just like this gutters conversation. Like they were having a great time. But yes, so it finally shows up in like slow motion movement. I mean, this is the slowest parade ever. The music was awesome, and I have to give it to people who were in that. So they were soaked.
Yes.
They've been out for 2 hours, but when we ran into them, it was like it had just started. The energy was off the charts.
Yes. It was amazing.
It was huge, and we just jumped in.
We were
dancing and taking videos, and everyone around was singing and dancing and just happy.
Yes.
I mean, I was like, why did we not do this whole thing?
And people had these like fans, and they were like making like sounds with the fans in like one big movement.
Yeah, so like it's like one of those the spread out fans where it closes up, and then it's like a single unit, and then if you flip it open, it makes this wide like semicircle.
Yes.
Rainbow, and then if you slap it, it closes, and they were in unison slapping these giant fans together.
Like in time to the music. It was so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope we're doing a good job of describing what that's like. But then, like, everybody set up in front of the giant church in the square, and like just rallied and talked and took pictures, and apparently then partied. I mean, we were hungry, so we had to pull the plug for the girls and like get food because it was 6:15. And if you ever seen a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old who gets hangry, we had to go to that Mediterranean restaurant immediately. Yeah. But yeah, that was amazing.
It was fun. I'm really glad we caught that. It was
super cool, and such a great and awesome atmosphere. You know what else was cool? I mean, like, you know, we talked about how you were worried about the cultural. I didn't feel like there was going to be some anti-group that was going to shoot at us.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I have
I didn't really worry about that.
I fear some pride parades because I fear that like angry, hating religious
especially
bigots
now
are going to come after people and come after us and our kids. And like that honestly stops me from the times you've said like, oh, let's go to Philadelphia, let's go to these different cities and do it. I'm like, I am straight up scared that some psychopath is going to show up in a pickup truck and drive through. I had zero fear of that happening here.
Yeah.
Even in a city which is like clearly super Catholic, they have like 7 churches in a square mile, very religious. It was also clearly incredibly welcoming and a giant crowd that was awesome. I mean, it was just such a cool, fun, joyous, jubilant space.
So in San Miguel, they have these giant puppets. I don't know how to describe them. They're like giant,
I would say
10-foot paper mache puppets, right?
Yeah, the people inside them, if they stand up, like their faces are in kind of a mesh, but it would be like that's their head height. So like 5'7", 5'8" is like their crotch.
Yeah.
And so then that entire being goes above. So I'd say 11, 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
These things.
So these like giant, like handmade paper mache kind of.
They're beautiful. There's pictures of them all over the place.
So they even had like Pride themed like paper mache, like these giant puppets, kind of walking around the square, even like hours before the parade came in, which was very cool.
Yep. So the rain didn't stop Pride.
No.
They were like, a swell, a deluge is not going to stop it. Hard rain with Christian Slater. Not
happening.
I like your podcast, but Damon's referencing aloof movies, the early 1990s, and I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
You better watch out. There's gum on your seat.
You get gum on your seat. That's a Speed reference, 1994, in case you wondered. But we get to do that on this. I made a reference the other day to our friends, and they had no. Oh, it was a Vanilla Ice. I did a lyric from Ice Ice Baby, and they didn't know it. They're like,
they are younger than us.
I only know the Ice Ice Baby part. I go, this guy sold 15 million albums in 1991. If you weren't around, you didn't hear that song 800 times in that period of time.
I mean, they're a lot younger than. Well, our friend is 36. And her brother is younger.
I mean, it is 9 years, right? So if you think about it, let's say like if she's 36 and he's younger, right?
Yeah.
And so if that song came out when they were 2 years old, they missed it.
Yeah.
It didn't exist for them.
Exactly.
Oh, God. I'm getting old. Okay, Rain, Pride. Where are we? Oh,
La Gruta.
Let's go to La Gruta. So you're gonna take the lead on this because I didn't go to this soiree because I thought having a 2-year-old in an Uber was a bad deal. So basically, like, we've said this before, right? We don't have a car here.
Yes.
A lot of stuff is on the outskirts. The only way to do it is to get an Uber. I feel super uncomfortable putting our 2-year-old in an Uber, right?
Yeah, especially after what you described in one of the past episodes of, like, Uber driver, like, almost running a pedestrian over.
Can I take a quick side note here?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Top favorite thing you've seen somebody do on a motorbike. Today I saw somebody doing their makeup.
Stop it.
You did not see that person doing their makeup while they were on a motorcycle.
On the motorcycle, I saw a guy riding with no hands with 2 people in the back. The one I saw today was fear-mongering. It was a little girl who was 3 years old. She was laying underneath the handlebars, and then the guy had his hands over top of her holding it, and somebody else was behind him.
Yeah.
And she was like 3. Makeup?
Yes. Okay, yes, this person was on the back, no hands.
Oh, God.
Doing her eye makeup. Like, these roads have bumps.
I mean, these are huge bumps. They are undulating. There are huge bumps. There are holes.
It's impressive, quite frankly.
I mean, I keep seeing people on motorbikes, and the person in the back isn't holding on.
Yeah.
They're just sitting on the seat like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But the one I was going to say before we get to La Gruta was, I'm walking with our youngest. I had her the whole day while they were at this thing, and I'm walking down these really narrow streets they have. So they're super narrow, but the buses still go down all the narrow streets. And when I say the clearance between the curb and the cars on the left-hand side is 6 inches, I'm not shitting you. This is not an exaggeration. There is 6 inches between that point, okay? So I look up at this bus, and I have her strapped to me. And this guy is 2-hand texting, driving down the road in the bus. I mean, he's holding it in front of his face, thumbs are flinging, texting away, not holding the handlebar. And so if you know a bus, like, are those steering wheels large enough so you can pull the whole, like, stick the knee up in the air, let me drive this along?
Yeah, I don't know.
So he's just driving down this narrow-ass road, texting his ass off. What in the fuck are you doing? Like, there's culture level and there's just safety things that I just can't handle.
So all that being said,
so
you
I
don't
kept
feel
her
comfortable having our child,
So-
who's 2 years old with no car seat, riding in an Uber.
I can't. So I kept her home, and Megan went with Cordy to La Gruta, which
La Gruta.
is, what is La Gruta?
La Gruta is a spa and hot springs, which if you do not have 2-year-old and you're not worried about being in an Uber, which I will say, I mean, I was even a little bit worried about like our own safety in one of the Ubers because we, on the way back, started going the wrong direction because there was a lot of construction, and the driver realized he was going the wrong direction and did a U-turn into the construction site, like past the cones into the construction site, through cones, and then turned around. So, you know, I mean, there's reason. And then there's like vehicles. This is a 2-lane road, right? Like going, and there's not extra room like on either way. There are people going both directions. And then they have these big construction vehicles that are driving, and they're driving like slower because they're construction vehicles, you know, like the big giant ones that are like, and so they're like half in the road, half like kind of in the construction site. And then you have like the Uber and other cars driving into the oncoming traffic to get around the
So
vehicles.
driving the opposite lane.
Yes.
So they're passing.
And they're like swerving to make sure that you're not getting hit by oncoming traffic.
Oh my God.
So it was an adventure getting there. Anyway, it's a 15-minute to 20-minute Uber drive outside of San Miguel.
30 to get back.
I think because we hit traffic coming back, because we like
I thought
there's
it
a
was
lot.
farther away because it's 30. So what is your? You want to break into like top things? Like, what were your 3 favorite things about this, and what were like the things like? Okay.
I'm just saying, if you should definitely, it is definitely a cool place to go.
Okay.
Other than the fact that we got sunburn, which really sucked, but that was my own fault.
Yeah, but that's not really the resort's fault.
No, it's not the
That's
resort's
really
fault.
100% on your shoulders for being irresponsible.
No, there is exactly.
Like, let's talk about the resort.
there
That's nice.
there is it one. Number one, it's beautiful. Everywhere we go, this is an aside, I feel like the credit card machines are down.
Oh yeah,
So
the internet doesn't work. You know how many people I've seen at places holding up this little, how do I describe the little
like the
machines? It's like the handheld ones we just see in Europe. There's always somebody, and they grab your card and they get like a failed thing, and they're walking around with it in the air like they're holding up like a
Like an
a
old
Statue
cell
of Liberty, and like an old cell phone trying to get service. Like, can I get my 3G single bar, please?
Yeah. So anyway, so the credit card machine's down. Thank God I had money, cash. So bring cash. It's 300 pesos per person
Just
to get in.
$15, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
So people know.
You go in. It's beautiful. It's all landscaped. Lots of flowers, trees everywhere, and then there's like 6 to 8 different pools. A few of them weren't open when we were there. One of them is like a giant, and they're all fed by hot springs. So one of them is like basically hot tub water. And so I was a little bit worried that it was going to be cold. Like I thought there would be pools that would just be like cold pools. And
Because it hasn't been real warm here, right?
No,
We should also say like the high it gets here is like 75, and while it feels warm, it's not.
Yes.
You know?
So, but fortunately, every single one of the pools was like warm. So even the not hot pool was like 93 degrees.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we get in the hot one. It's like a hot tub, but like full pool size. And the cool thing about it was like there was like a little cave, like a tunnel that you could walk through,
It was a grotto.
and then you go walk through this giant tunnel, and then there's a giant like round circular cave that is even hotter. So that must be where like the hot water is coming from.
Is that where the couples go?
Well,
Did they
there were a few.
Did they chlorinate the water? Is this like Hugh Hefner's
I
grotto?
don't think so, because it did not smell like chlorine. So I think it's just whatever the water is and where it's coming
What kind of
from.
waterborne diseases do you think you're going to get from this
I don't know.
sex pool that you guys
I
went
might have a few like.
to? I'm concerned, just generally. Okay, so there's varying degrees of hotness.
Yes.
I gotcha.
But then outside of that one area, which is like the hottest water, everything else is kind of like a cooler but warm temperature. So it's like 93 degrees is
That's
like
nice.
the
I
cool
love that.
pools.
Yeah.
It was very,
Unless
very
you're doing
nice.
laps, right? And which
Nobody's
I'm
doing
guessing
laps.
No one's doing laps. This is like a lay around lazy river situation.
Totally. And then there's like lounge chairs everywhere. There's like little snack bars and like people bringing beers and stuff. You can just like hang out, drink your drinks and whatever.
Nice. Did you get something with an umbrella in it?
No.
That's disappointing.
I mean,
Frozen daiquiri.
listen, I didn't get a ton. I just got a beer. And then I ate the hot dog that our daughter wanted, but then didn't want because it had seeds on the bun.
So you're living the high life, right? You had probably a domestic beer.
Yeah.
And half a hot dog.
Exactly.
At a resort.
Yes.
In case anyone's wondering what it's like to be a parent, like that about sums
Just
it up.
like happy and...
You had this opportunity to have like a nice drink, maybe some nice food.
Yeah.
You
It did look like the food was
You didn't have
good.
to chase a 2-year-old.
Yes,
And you ate
that
half
was...
a hot dog and a beer.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed by her. Like, I'm straight up disappointed that you didn't, like, at least indulge a little bit. Like, I'm
Wow.
not saying you need to drink 9 drinks, but, like, have something nice. You're at a resort. You don't have to chase a 2-year-old around.
Yeah. Well,
It's really relaxing in a way, you know?
You know, but when you get out of the... So here's the one thing.
Okay.
There was no towels there.
Sorry, people, you can't see the surprise on my face. Because, like, I haven't heard this whole story, so I'm like...
I forgot to tell you that.
8 pools and no towels.
I did...
This is some kind of hell.
Well,
like, you don't do that. Like, that's not cool.
Didn't bring towels because I just
Why the hell would
assumed
you
there.
bring towels to
I
a resort?
assumed
It's
there
a
would be.
resort.
I thought there
You're
would be
paying
towels.
$15 to get in. You're paying money. It's a resort. Resorts.
And our friends didn't bring towels either.
So what did you do?
We just dripped dry.
Oh, I know what really happened. Our oldest, she took her wet body and rubbed it all over your dry clothes. That's what she did.
Well,
She
I mean,
loves doing that.
she.
Why would they not have towels? Yeah,
They did not have towels.
Did other people have towels?
People brought their own towels. So I didn't really like getting out of the pool because it was cold, as Damon said, between 60 and 70 degrees in the air and 93 in the water. So you get out, it's freezing.
The first thing, so you know me, right? I'm
Yeah.
very like detailed and like I have anxiety with this stuff. I would have noticed that the moment you got in, and I would have left. I was straight up and like,
I'm out.
You guys have a great day. I'm not down for discomfort.
Well,
I deal with discomfort all the time. I'm not going to choose.
Our
to
friend's
pay for
brother
discomfort.
went to go look, searching for, because he actually speaks Spanish, and he went looking and to see, like, can we buy a towel?
Yeah, what
like,
did they say?
There is like a gift shop.
Great business proposition, right? People
Yes.
are coming from the outside of this place. You could sell towels and kill it, right?
Right, there's a gift shop where you can buy a bathing suit,
Okay,
but they do not have towels.
So you can buy breeches, but you cannot get yourself a towel.
Yeah. But otherwise, anyway.
What level of hell is this? Like, I just don't understand what they want people to do here.
I think they just want people to go and soak in the hot springs. Listen, it was beautiful. I would definitely go again. I would bring a towel next time.
I'm flabbergasted.
All I did, well, I fortunately
This is
brought...
a 1-star review.
I fortunately brought a second outfit, and so I just used one of my clothes to dry
I took
off.
off my old shorts and I rubbed them all over my body to get the drip droplets off of my wet self. Why? Because I'm living the high life.
Our daughter did the same thing.
You did not work as hard as you did in life to dry your body off with your old clothes. You've worked too hard. You are in your 40s to take your old clothes. Like, what is this?
Problem solving.
This is sneaking to
This
a
is-
watering hole in like 1992
This is
in
called
Alabama.
problem solving, flexibility,
Were you way down
rolling with
yonder
the punches.
in the Chattahoochee? Like, what were you doing?
Oh, God.
This is unbelievable.
Also, I will say, there's something here that was there as well, and we've seen around here. Get into the bathrooms. They are clean, and they are large, but the toilet paper is on the outside of the bathroom. So you have to get toilet paper before going into the stall.
Mexico City airport was the same way, right? Like, you have to look in the wall. You have to pull out your papeles.
Yeah.
And then you go into the stall. Otherwise, you're in the stall, you sit down.
No
nothing.
toilet paper.
Did that happen? Did you sit down?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So then at that point, do you just... Oh, did you drip into your new clothes? So you put on your nice clothes, you dripped into it, and then you went and got toilet paper? How'd you handle that situation?
That situation, fortunately, our daughter, who likes to go to the bathroom a lot, was with me, and went out and got toilet paper. So
you had the runner.
Yeah,
Set the
exactly.
Courtney, go get some toilet paper.
Go get some toilet paper.
No towels, no toilet paper.
No toilet paper.
1-star review. Google reviews. No towels,
I
no
give it
toilet paper.
4.5 stars.
You give it 4 or 5?
It was gorgeous. It was beautiful.
Towel?
The water was
I
so
cannot.
nice. It was so pleasant. The last time, it's very little, there's very few times I enjoy a pool because it's always, the water is so cold. So this was very pleasant.
In a way, I understand this, right? Like, so, to have towels, you have to have a laundry facility and a
Yes.
pretty, like, professional, higher level one to be able to do that. Like, resorts spend money on those. Those machines are like, the one with the laundry is like $10,000. Like,
Yeah.
10, like my understanding. So anyway, the cost there is high. So for them, they don't care because we're still providing something that people don't have, right?
Right.
But me, as the, like, bougie American, is like, how dare you not provide towels?
We also did hear a lot of what sounded like gunshots. I forgot about half this stuff until I'm telling the story.
We're at a 4 or 5. Random gunshots in the distance.
Well, first I was like, oh, they're shutting off fireworks. Because there's lots of fireworks going off around here because of celebrations.
Fireworks were falling in our dinner the other day. We'll talk about that later.
But then we're there like for a while and we start seeing like police show up that have like machine guns. And they're just sort of like stationed around. And I was like, oh, I've seen them around San Miguel.
Was it the police or was it the Federales?
It says Policia.
Oh, it'd be way cooler if it was the Federales. That was totally cool.
And so then our friend was like, I'm not so sure that's fireworks. And then her brother was like, oh, they're probably just doing construction next door. They're like using like, we know when they use like, not bombs, but like the dynamite to like break up rock.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's what they're doing. And she's like, no, that's definitely not happening.
They're dropping bombs in the quarries.
And then we like, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, that's gunshots. Really? That's confused as construction? That's what it sounds like? That's when you
And then she was like, I'm not so sure that's fireworks or dynamite.
So you guys went to a resort next to El Chapo's house? That's what you did? This is the worst vacation.
No, it was very nice. I would go again.
Oh, 4.5 stars. No towels, no toilet paper, a lot of gunshots, but super great. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Megan Byer.
Really nice pools. Very clean.
We got to do one more here before we sign off. We're at the end here, but we have to sign off. Okay, so you told me at lunch today that a elderly man slipped. Can you tell me about this so we can end on this note?
So some of the areas around the pool are quite slippery. I don't know if it's the material they used or what.
Okay.
But an older gentleman came. You want me to tell the whole story?
There's a specific part I want to get to that's very important.
So this man is walking, and all of a sudden I just hear whap, and I look. The guy his feet had slipped out from under him, and like a piece of plywood just fell.
Full on flat.
Flat.
Ouija board seance, horizontal.
Yes, horizontal, legs back, head hitting at the same time.
My God.
And
did you see it or did you hear it? Because it could have been that or the gunshots. Like you have to determine the difference between the two.
I saw the tail end of it, and then I heard the.
Did he make a sound? The person that.
It was like ooh.
I didn't hear you. One more on that.
Listen, he was an older gentleman. He was a little bit hefty. Okay. A lot of people sprinted over quickly to check on him. And I had this thought of like, oh, maybe I should go help. But a lot of people had ran over.
I had this thought. I should go help.
Well, a lot of people ran over. And he was just laying there, like not moving. And so I turned to check on our daughter. I turned back again, and they already had the like EMTs there. Like, okay.
So there are EMTs at the pool, but no towels. Yes. The priorities are way off.
Well, I guess they just want to make sure people. Yes, there were.
Yeah.
Yes,
we'll die of hypothermia, but if you land on your back, we got you covered.
Yes, the emergency services. There was a guy there. checking on him, giving him a little bit of a massage on his neck.
On his neck?
He's like...
This is an EMT, or is this like, who are we talking about here?
I think he was trying to make sure he hadn't broken any bones, including his neck and his head.
Odd. Okay, so EMTs in the audience of 3, do you massage someone's neck to make sure that they don't have a head injury?
I guess that's what you do. I think I couldn't really hear what they were saying, but he looked like he was making some motions to see like if he could follow his eyes, all this stuff. Okay. One of the gentlemen that ran over to help was a man who was like slightly overweight, which bodies are bodies, in a very tiny Speedo.
Was this man hairy? I need a picture here.
He was medium level hairy.
Medium hairy.
But he had a giant wang.
How did you know he had a giant wang?
Listen, it was eye level. I was in the pool.
Okay, so you're in the pool.
I was in the pool, and it was eye level. So, like, you can't miss it. And the way he was moving around, like, trying to, like dodge in and out to see if he could help.
Wait, so he was ducking and dodging?
He was, like, sort of moving around. I don't know how to describe. He was, like, moving side to side. He was, like, talking. He was, like, pointing at people. But he was just sort of, like, moving around. So everything was just sort of flopping.
So this guy's directing with his floppy donkey D, just whacking around in a Speedo.
I'm not sure if he's just, like, a sideline character, if he knew this guy.
Yeah, was he involved? Was he like running the hotel at this point?
I don't know. He was.
Get this man a towel.
Get this man a towel. I said, sir, you can go back in the water now.
So part of you was feeling potentially concerned for this guy landing, and the other part of you was like, there's just wang. Like,
yeah. It's just all out there.
Just a lot of wang.
But and this is not a situation where we're in like Sweden where people, are nudist, right? Like, or it's like comfortable to be like everybody's in like.
I was going to ask you that question. Did you? Because we were in Europe, I see a lot of people in Speedos. I don't think it's Sweden. I think there's a lot of people I see in Europe that is normalized, common for males to wear Speedos.
That he was the only one.
He was the only guy.
Yes.
Wearing a Speedo.
I mean, most
people. Can you
people.
describe the Speedo for me? Like colors?
I don't remember. I just
currently remember one part of that.
It was just like there. It was just there. I
want it to be a flag. Like I want it to be.
It was not a flag. It was not a flag. Amazing. It wasn't. I don't remember. I didn't like stare at it that closely. It was just sort of a. Oh, okay, sir. Like I think this man has enough help. You can go back to wherever you came from. I shouldn't be judgmental. I just listen. Wear what you want to wear. You know what I mean? Listen, people wear teeny weeny bikinis and nobody's saying anything.
I think this. Yeah, this probably says more about you than it does about.
It absolutely says more about me.
Dickinson. Like it says more about you.
Listen. If he likes that and that's the thing that he feels comfortable in.
He was like directing a situation. And you're just like, okay. It's like there's a pendulum swinging in my face, and meanwhile he's trying to save this guy's life.
Maybe that's what they were directing his eyes to look.
Oh my God. Okay, watch the wang. Left, right. How many wangs am I holding up? 2? This guy's fucked.
Oh my God. Oh.
On that note,
that's the end of this episode.
Tune in next time.
Tune in next time for Trips and Giggles.
Restaurants or Trips and Giggles.